How's it going, everybody? This is Shady of Shady Horror, back with another watch and review. Now, I am just getting over a little sickness and stuff here that I've been going through for the last while, so my voice may sound a little different in this video if you notice. Oh well. But being it's the first full moon of the year, and that I've been going back and forth with these Stephen King movies, I figured it would be a great time to revisit and rewatch an old childhood favorite that I haven't seen in quite a long time, but I've always loved this one. This is Silver Bullet. Let's go ahead and get into the synopsis of this. Something is killing off townsfolk in Tarker's Mills. Something mysterious. Something ingenious. Something remotely human. But the only person in town with the courage to stop this lurking menace is a 13-year-old boy, confined to a wheelchair since birth. Adapted to the screen by suspense master Stephen King from his Cycle of the Werewolf novelette, this exhilarating thriller features astounding special effects by three-time Oscar winner Carlo Rambaldi, who worked on these awesome big movies here: E.T., Alien, and King Kong. A bunch of classics there. So, this is Silver Bullet. It is from the year 1985. It has a runtime of 1 hour and 35 minutes. It is rated R and it is put out by Paramount Pictures. It's the first full moon of the year, so fittingly, a werewolf movie it is. I haven't seen this in a long time and it was long overdue for a watch and review. I know not long ago this was released on 4K, which a lot of love has been given to the Stephen King adaptations as of late, as should be. But here I go again, giving a trusty VHS tape a watch. I happen to have two VHS copies of this movie with just a slight variation on the two. So as you can see here, this has like the tree and the werewolf is actually like in the imagery there, whereas this right here doesn't have the werewolf face. It just has the tree and then the text and stuff. But I always thought this was cool too to have these kind of old stickers on there. It has the rated R, and then it even has like this $1 charge if tape not rewound, and then it's the old school two-tone tape. But yeah, I watched this one that is like just a slightly different variation. Um, this gets started off with a decapitation from the get, good and solid practical effects. We even see the ants on the head as it lays there on the train tracks. This, as a lot of Stephen King stories, is set in a small town and it also has some narration throughout the film. I think this works well as we get to know the characters better. Again, alcoholism and drinking are part of the side story to this, as well as family issues and, well, just life stuff in general. Corey Haim plays a great role in here, the kid in the wheelchair, and he's got a badass wheelchair. It's the Silver Bullet. A dope ass scene where a werewolf jumps through a window and rips up its next victim. It's got some good blood to it, and I like how the werewolf looks. I may be a bit biased though, because I do like me some werewolf flicks, so it is crazy that may have not seen this since I was a kid. I mean, it's been a long time since I watched this movie, yet I do remember quite a bit or most of this freaking movie. It's just nostalgia and nostalgic. This is a childhood favorite of mine. And you have Gary Busey in here. Well, being Gary Busey, I mean, could you cast a better drunk uncle? Yet he's like fucking cool though too. This is well directed and it's well acted, with sideline family issues being dealt with as in most Stephen King stories. There's a good amount of kills too. This werewolf is on the prowl. A dude gets pulled through the floor and impaled on a board at one point. There's some good kills. And well, to me, this one is just fun. It almost plays out like a slasher. People are getting picked off one by one. I mean, even a kid and the townspeople, even a kid gets, you know, killed in this one, and the townspeople are trying to deal with the craziness going on. It's kind of cool to see how like just the whole vibe changes and everybody's attitudes change and just the darkness that comes over this small town. The father of the boy that is murdered actually delivers some real good, powerful lines. A great performance by him, I noticed this time. This, even though I hadn't seen in such a long time, is so memorable and it moves along at such a good pace. For sure, in my favorites as far as werewolf movies go. The scene in the woods when it's real foggy is another cool scene I like. Some really good, awesome atmosphere in that scene. There's a dream sequence that's fucking awesome too. And the body count is actually up there. This rolls out at a fun, steady pace. Some great dialogue in here too, memorable lines that I remembered all these years later. If by chance you haven't seen this film, of course I won't give away who the werewolf is, but it's something that if you see just once, you won't forget it. Yet it still has tons of rewatchability to it. This is a favorite of mine from childhood, and I had a blast watching it again on good old VHS. I just had a fun, nostalgic trip with this. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, and on the night of a full moon. I hope everyone is doing good out there. This has been Shady of Shady Horror. I'm getting over this little illness, but hey, I might even just throw me in another werewolf flick being that it's a full moon. But tonight, this is Silver Bullet.